It's pretty late. I'm having trouble sleeping. So, I wanted to hit this with a Bobby theory because I had a realization. When the wives were instructing me how to talk to people when I was president, they kept telling me to tell them what I wanted them to do and not what I didn't want them to do. And I kept telling them what I didn't want them to do, so they did what I didn't want them to do. My theory is they used that LSD tetralead trick, and everybody I talked to was actually, I was speaking to their subconscious mind, and not them. I was speaking to the guy in control. Another thing they do, is I just remembered this, is they basically kind of, like, this is an essay warning, they kind of anally rape everybody you talk to when you're president, so there's that. You get high on LSD and you get anally raped, so. Yeah, these people don't give a fuck about boundaries. I mean, my sister earlier today, when we were driving back, randomly said in the car she can't wait to get that lottery money and just get the fuck out of here. So, I don't know if she was supposed to say that, because that kind of sounds like she's just being very blatant about what's going to happen next. But, I mean, I also wonder if Anal Eating Mummy God told her, but I don't know if he did or not, so I'm not going to waste my time with it. Here's my theory. When I was president and I was seeing me do these things, and whether or not there's telepathic powers involved in this, because I will say this, there's a bunch of uncanny weird things I said as president that you simply can't make happen, I guess. But maybe you can. It's kind of an iffy situation. It's an iffy situation because you might be able to make some of the things happen, but you would have to have access to things to make happen, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But I have a theory, because when I was talking to Anal Eating Mummy God, I kept prolonging things. And it was as if I knew the time was going to run out, and I kept trying to steal time for this guy that Anal Eating Mummy God was talking about, which turned out to be me. I was trying to help him the entire time, and like I said, I had a theory, my subconscious, my shadow self, absolutely loves me and wanted to take care of me. So it makes sense I was trying to take care of me, but what if everything that's going to transpire and everything that's going to happen is a recognition that on some level my subconscious knew that I just was never going to make it. And I think about that. You guys want to go ahead and believe, like, there's something out there, the portal or whatever enables you to see the future. That's all well and dandy. I was freaking out and screaming, help him, I'll kill anybody that doesn't help him. Like, one, you guys should learn to follow orders. Because if all these things are happening because I put them in motion, then technically everybody should have to do what I say. So when I say help him, you guys should be helping me, not hurting me. But something tells me that's not how things work. What I'm getting at with this is, I wonder if my subconscious mind actually knew I was going to fail. Knew it wasn't going to be anything of my fault, why I failed, I guess, or maybe it knew it was going to be 100% my fault. I don't know how much fault you can say is somebody's fault when somebody doesn't have choline in their head. I don't know how much you can say it's their fault when you poisoned this guy with heavy metals and it destroyed their basal ganglia, which is basically their courage circuit of their brain. So if you don't have a basal ganglia, you almost can't be courageous. Okay? If you don't have acetylcholine, you can't be courageous. Okay? It's not possible. Because the chemicals aren't there. Alright? And we got into a lengthy discussion about courage and this kind of warped idea of what Anal Eating Mummy God thought courage was and wasn't. And he started going on about, dude, it's an eye roll. It's an eye roll. because some of the mistakes he made were cartoonishly simple, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it. They switch the unconscious and conscious minds. They lower your neuron count in your head so they can switch your unconscious mind to your conscious mind, and then your unconscious mind can operate because the neurons are low enough for it to operate. Remember, it's a baboon brain. It needs less neurons to work. Um, But I would argue some of the mistakes he was making are just straight up because the unconscious mind, there, as I guess they call it, the superior brain, whatever you want to call it, isn't that superior because they're just things it doesn't see, it doesn't get. It's kind of like perspective taking, or how these people don't have introspective of any kind, or they don't have agency of any kind. All those things, you could argue, are all defects of the unconscious mind. But I also think about how every member has dissociative identity disorder, and that prevents them from being hypnotized, and they have two personalities, and oh my god, you're just such a fucking head case, aren't you? You're just such a fucking head case. There were so many things like that when I was president, but whatever I was up to when I was talking to Anal Eating Mummy God, he almost seemingly knew I was up to something. But I didn't know I was up to something. But once again, these people speak to your unconscious mind and not your conscious mind. So my conscious mind, I gotta wonder if it had some kind of plan. If it knew, like, I wasn't gonna have choline. If it knew I wasn't gonna have acetylcholine. If it knew Blondie was gonna fuck this up. If it knew that somehow it knew everybody around me was gonna drop the ball. Like, I just... These things bother me. But I mean, everybody around me works against me or they help the church, so there's that. Um, Trust me, if a handful of people just did the right thing, this situation would be done. But we don't live in that world. Um, I remember Anal Eating Mummy God telling me that basically the truth about me is, he was like, even if you had a lawyer, you would still fail this task. And he was like, even if you would still, and that just sounds like self-sabotaging rhetoric. But then, if that's what that was, then what exactly was my mind up to when it was doing these things? Was it just trying to stretch time and give me as much time as it possibly could, just so I could fail inevitably? It was just trying to steal time. Was it trying to weasel its way out of a fatal situation? Like, what was it trying to do? That is the thing that bothers me. Like, was it like, this is fucked up, so I'm just gonna steal time? Or, like, I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot to think about. And I don't really feel like thinking about it, honestly. I really don't. I just find it fascinating that, everything I remembered, everything falling back, and that trauma from me standing out there screaming, help him, everybody's gonna die, help him, and just fucking, like I said, I snapped on Jasmine when I was out there. Why isn't anybody helping this guy? And she's just, you can't get rid of the church. Oh no, it's the good thing. I was like, they're crippling this guy. He's gonna get everybody killed. It's not gonna be his fault. And I just lost my mind. I lost my shit when I was out there. I was so fucking scared. And I didn't even understand why I was scared. It's because I was looking at me failing. And it was fucking terrifying. Like, yeah. And like I said, I screamed at Jasmine, like, why isn't anybody helping him? And I remember, dude, literally, I told them, tell the church, I was like, if everybody refuses to help this guy when he comes along, I'll fucking kill him. I'll have him dead. What's the worst punishment we can give anybody in the church? I want him fucking dead. And I just started freaking out and screaming. And then even weirder, where there were people I knew. like, in the vision, like, I guess my family members, I knew, and I was like, oh, they'll help him, and then they didn't help him, and I was like, why? Why? And I was just screaming, like I said, incoherently when I was president, just fucking flipping the fuck out about that guy. There were other people I saw that were gonna do great things. I mean, this church murders a couple of them anyways. Like, they're like, if the church doesn't murder their asses, they actually change things and make America a better place. But that's not going to happen. This church murders them. I saw it in the vision. So, yeah. But I guess the real question is straight up, because Annalene Mummy God told me he knew I was going to fail. He told me he knew that I'm not anything special. He told me that he knew I was lying about things. He told me I was being dishonest. And then he told me that when you when you force somebody to violate their values and you take their integrity away from them, it causes them to continuously want to walk down the path of no integrity. And he told me that this is something that will come to haunt me in years and years after my decisions were made, is because when you remove integrity from a person, when you deliberately, what the wives did to me out there was I had acted with integrity my entire life. And then they, in one day, forced me to violate every value I had, every form of integrity I had, and then were just like, it's stupid. It really is. And it was everything in the world to me. And then Alien Mummy God's like, well, once you get rid of your integrity, it becomes easy to violate your values and just behave like a piece of shit. Okay, he understood that, but why didn't he do anything about it? Why didn't he try to fix it? Like, I, whatever. I don't know. The fact of the matter is I really don't think anybody gives a damn, honestly, and I just think about all the people that have been getting killed and all this other shit. And then they're like, oh, the autistic ADHD guy with the damaged brain that we damaged by poisoning him with heavy metals, by poisoning him with drugs. We fucked him up with trauma, and he's completely fucking mentally unstable, and he's the guy that has to fix everything. Let's all sit around and watch and see if he figures it out. You couldn't ask for a stupider bunch of people to be in charge. You really couldn't. But I wonder if this has to do with me talking about the universe. And me talking about how the universe always helps me. The universe. And it did. It sent me Giovanni and you guys murdered him. So, there's that. There's proof the universe helps me. Whether you guys want to believe it or not is on you. But, so, yeah. So, what if, and this is my final what if, because I'm not even trying to think right now, I'm trying to comprehend something that's a phantom to me. I told Anal Eating Mummy God, what if the real fucking problem with you people is every time God sends somebody to do something great, you guys fuck them up and kill him? And Anal Eating Mummy God didn't like that. He didn't like that at all. And I wonder if he's like, oh, then you believe you're sent by God to stop us. But here's the problem with this. You guys already fucked me up. You already fucked me. You already messed up the experiment. If this was the experiment, you already fucked it up. You already put your hands in the jar. Okay? It's already contaminated. You already messed it up. You can't unmess it up, regardless of how much time we wasted waiting. Like, once again, I don't understand this. I don't understand this at all. Like, what was he trying to prove? What was anybody trying to prove? Okay, and I would argue a big chunk of this is that stupid shit where these assholes keep letting their religion make decisions for them, where they're like, oh, my religion says so, we can't do this, or we can't do that, we can't do this, we can't do that, we can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that, my religion. And once again, fuck your religion. I'm not a member of your religion, so your rules shouldn't apply to me. You shouldn't be trying to force them onto me because they don't fucking exist in regards to me. And yet you do try to force them onto me, which makes no fucking sense at all. It's almost like you're fucking retarded or something. You know there's other people outside of your religion that don't follow your stupid fucking rules, right? Like, seriously. They don't follow your stupid fucking rules. Just think about that. I don't know. It's funny, though, because I remember Kevin screaming that I was trying to force my values onto him because he believes in raping women, having sex with babies and shit, and it's all copacetic with that retard. So I was just like, and killing people. And I was like, whatever. And then he was trying to explain to me he's a sociopath, and he gets special treatment, and dude, all this stupid shit. I don't. I'm just gonna mark this video the Infinite Stupidity. Because anybody with fucking common sense, once again, would have just taught me to file pro se federal. Okay? Anybody would, like, the way these people rig everything and everything's fictitious, why not just make it so fictitious and blatant? You sent somebody out to teach me to file pro se, and then I learned how to file pro se federal. Okay? Like, I don't get the other side of this where everything is rigged, everything is set up, but then nothing makes any fucking sense. Like, what are you trying to prove? Exactly. Okay. Like, you can take acetylcholine out of somebody's brain and they're a coward, then you've proved something science already knows. Like, I don't know. You know, it's kind of a deep grieving in my mind because I've been working on the man energy and the masculine shit, and I realize that safety and security you feel with a kid when you believe you have loved ones that'll fucking protect you, and then you just find out they were helping these bastards poison you, and they were fucking you up the entire time, and they were working against you the entire fucking time. You quickly learn that you really don't have anybody you can truly fucking trust in this world. Like, I don't know how you're supposed to have any meaningful relationships in that regard. Outside of, like, you know, I think for my life, definitely, I definitely need to get a handgun and a door lock to make sure nobody's fucking with me all the time. Just picture that shit. That relationship. Well, that's my husband, but he knows that this church is going to beat, rape, and waterboard me to try and kill him, so he just keeps me at gunpoint all the time. It's wonderful. Yeah. These are just my thoughts for now.